stars are shining bright, words I cannot say, heart begins to pray. Silence fills the room, sweet and calming boom, waiting for a sign, presence is divine. Whisper after prayer, I can feel you there, in the quiet air. Whisper after prayer, troubles fade away, in your light I stay, listening for the call, in shadows you enthrall. Whisper after prayer, I can feel you there, in the quiet air. Whisper after prayer. Faith is burning strong, in your grace belong. Voice is soft and clear, I can feel you near. Whisper after prayer, I can feel you there, in the quiet air. Whisper after prayer.
Faith is burning strong, in your grace belong. Voice is soft and clear, I can feel you near. The following Bible verses will help you understand how to listen for a response from God after praying.
John chapter 10, verse 27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. In John 10:27, Jesus describes the intimate relationship between him and his followers. He uses the metaphor of a shepherd and his sheep to illustrate how believers can recognize and follow his voice. This verse reassures us that as his sheep, we are equipped to hear and discern his voice amidst the noise of the world. The spiritual significance of this passage lies in the assurance that God speaks to his people, and they can hear him. To apply this in our lives, we must cultivate a deep personal relationship with God through regular prayer, meditation on Scripture, and living in obedience to his word. By doing so, we become more attuned to his voice, recognizing his guidance and direction in our daily lives. Listening for God's response requires quieting our minds and hearts, being patient, and trusting that he will speak to us in his timing. Psalm chapter 46, verse 10. He says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth." Psalm 46, 10 calls for us to be still and to acknowledge God's sovereignty. This verse encourages believers to pause, be calm, and recognize God's power and presence. It is an invitation to trust in God, knowing that he is in control and worthy of exaltation. This verse teaches us the importance of stillness and quietness in our spiritual lives. In a world filled with constant noise and distractions, finding time to be still before God is crucial for hearing His voice. Practical application involves setting aside specific times for solitude and reflection, allowing God to speak to our hearts. By creating a space for stillness, we open ourselves to receive His guidance and assurance. James 1:5. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. James 1:5 encourages believers to seek wisdom from God. It reassures us that God is generous and willing to provide wisdom to those who ask. This verse highlights the importance of turning to God for guidance and understanding, especially when faced with decisions or uncertainties. This passage underscores the accessibility of God's wisdom. It encourages us to approach God confidently in prayer, asking for the wisdom we need. When we seek His wisdom, we must also be willing to listen and obey His guidance. This involves being open to the various ways God might communicate with us, whether through scripture, prayer, circumstances, or the counsel of others. Trusting in God's promise to provide wisdom helps us navigate life's challenges with clarity and confidence. Jeremiah chapter 29, verses 12 and 13. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. In Jeremiah 29:12, 13, God promises that He will listen when we call on Him and come to Him in prayer. He assures us that when we seek Him with all our heart, we will find Him. This verse emphasizes the importance of sincere and wholehearted prayer in connecting with God. Jeremiah 29:12. 13 highlights the relational aspect of prayer, where God promises to listen and respond to those who earnestly seek Him. It encourages us to approach God with sincerity and dedication, trusting that He is attentive to our prayers. The practical application of this verse involves being persistent and heartfelt in our prayer life, knowing that God is faithful to reveal Himself to those who diligently seek Him. In conclusion, listening for a response from God after praying involves recognizing His voice, being still in His presence, seeking His wisdom, and approaching Him with sincerity. John 10:27 assures us that we can hear God's voice. Psalm 46:10 emphasizes the importance of stillness. James 1:5 encourages us to ask for and receive God's wisdom. And Jeremiah 29:12, 13 promises that God listens to our heartfelt prayers. Together, these verses provide a comprehensive approach to hearing God's voice and following His guidance in our lives. And remember, pray without ceasing and trust in God.
Even in the night. are shining bright. Words I cannot say, heart begins to pray. Silence fills the room, sweet and calming boom, waiting for a sign. Presence is divine. Whisper after prayer, I can feel you there. In the quiet air, whisper after prayer. Troubles fade away, in your light I stay, listening for the call, in shadows you enthrall. Whisper after prayer, I can feel you there. In the quiet air, whisper after prayer. Faith is burning strong, in your grace belong. Voice is soft and clear, I can feel you near. Whisper after prayer, I can feel you there. In the quiet air, whisper after prayer.